Hello. Hi, how are you? These are my most worn fragrances for April 2026. I've got 5 fragrances here that really have provided the scent track to the month. I would say there's gonna be a lot of fragrances here that you may never have heard of, and hopefully they're gonna inspire you to try them and hopefully love at least one of these. Now, as this goes, you know the drill, grab yourself a tea, a coffee, a red wine, a whiskey, a lemon sip, we'll discuss, and just get comfy. Like, these videos are for you to just take a moment, and we're going to talk about beautiful things that really make our lives just that little bit better. So I'm going to start with, yes, Montblanc Patchouli Ink. Firstly, this bottle is gorgeous, taking inspiration from the heritage of Montblanc, being the pens. It's supposed to be like an inkwell, and it's hefty, it's heavy, it's gorgeous, and the fragrance is just literally the best. I have 5 of the fragrances from this collection, and I believe there's a 6th that's just come out. And I don't know why I've never spoken about these, because they are incredible. Patchouli Ink has this real spicy, earthy, woody, inky quality to it that just is next level. It's like nothing really I've smelled before. This gives me like highly polished antique. It's structured, it's old school, it's moneyed, and it's like a real power player fragrance. There's something a little sort of library musky about it that I just think really is beautiful. In the world of sort of, are we still doing this old school aesthetic? What's it called? Old money aesthetic on TikTok. I can't get into it. Either you are or you're not. And I just think cosplaying it is, I don't know. But if you're into that and you want a sort of fragrance that goes with that old money aesthetic, this is your boy here. It is so gorgeous. And I love patchouli, but this feels like it's this sort of sparkly bergamot patchouli that just kind of dances. I need a bit of lemon sip or I need to sneeze. Oh. Yeah, the lemon sip we'll discuss. I just feel a bit run down. I've had a lot on this month. This is a gorgeous fragrance, we'll move on. Thank you very much. I'll link them all down below. I have had a bit of travel. Again, I was in Copenhagen for Easter, which was beautiful, before I moved to Edinburgh in 2022, so I've been here just over 3 years. Thank you very much. I considered moving to Copenhagen. I really need to sneeze. I love the people. The people are gorgeous. They're also really nice. The weather is much like Scotland, a bit changeable, a bit cold. I love being outside, I love the cold plunges, I love being on my bike, the food's amazing. The aesthetic, I think, is just, it's clean. It's like just great quality in clothing and products, and yeah, I'm just into it. So I was there, and yeah, it's just been a really great month, and loads going on with Anne for my brand and Man for himself. So yeah, it's really exciting, and lots of newness that has arrived with me. At the start of the month, talking newness, this arrived, and I love it. I really, really love it. This is Goldfield and Banks Rose Magnitude. And I mean, from the very decadent bottle to the gorgeous juice inside, this has a real sense of like time and place. It feels contemporary, it feels coastal. It's a sort of like rocky rose with this sort of salty air to it. Now, Goldfield and Banks is an Australian brand, and they have really beautiful fragrances. I've got to say, I am late to the game with Goldfield and Banks. I first got into it maybe like mid last year, and I went to a launch that they had, and then this arrived in the post, and I love rose for one. I love anything slightly ozonic and salty. My fragrance is Air, which I included in last month, which is this real like vetiver, ozonic, real blast of air. This is like the sort of like the rose brother or cousin to that. It's so full-bodied, it's powerful, but it's still airy and open and just has this real scale to it, which I think is really gorgeous. There's a raspberry note, there's cumin, there's damask rose violet, there's sandalwood, a dash of vanilla in the base, which really just gives it this sort of warming quality on the skin. I love that this feels like this sort of like the modern rose. Last month I gave you Up at Dawn by Maison Margiela Replica, which was this real sort of dewy, verdant, very sort of sensual but delicate rose. This is the sort of the hardened rose that's grown by the coast. And it's really, like, it's gorgeous. And this brand, I think, are doing beautiful things. Last month, last month in March, I went to, thank you very much, I was in New York. and that was with Dior for the Dior J'adore Intense interview. But I also went fragrance shopping, and I went to a shop called Stell. And it was a recommendation from you guys on Instagram stories. Yes, it was. And I went in there, and I quite literally, when I say I tried every fragrance in the store, I mean I tried every fragrance in the store. And when I first went in, I didn't love the place because you can't interact with the fragrances. They don't allow you to spray anything, which I get. Things get sticky and people go wild. So you've got to kind of pick up a bit of ceramic and sniff it. But it felt a bit stuffy and I couldn't get into it. But I found this and I really loved it. This is a brand that's new to me. The brand is Nuit Nomade, and this is Chemin de Monde Extrait. And again, I wish I hadn't chucked out the box because the box was like exquisite. The box was a piece of art in itself, and the bottle is gorgeous. This is a 50ml. It is, well, I've not been telling you the prices. The Montblanc was £135 for 125ml. It's got them all written here. Goldfield and Banks was £205 for 100ml, £40 for 10ml. And this is £223.60 roughly, because it's like an import for 100ml, or £141 for 50ml. But this is the most gorgeous gourmand I think I've ever smelled. It's beautiful almonds. There's also this wheaty kind of quality to it. And when I smelled this in the store, I wish I hadn't sprayed so much of that because I want to get it on the skin. And when I smelled this in the store, I was just like stopped in my tracks and kept on coming back to it. It is so Moorish, so nutty, just like gorgeous. I love, this is kind of maybe not so seasonal appropriate. It definitely feels like a sort of cooler weather vibe, but there is a sort of coolness in that nuttiness that really works. It's got a crunch, but it's also got this kind of like powderiness to it. It's really beautiful. This brand excites me. And I saw Alice Park. Hi Alice, how are you? I saw that she had mentioned this when she saw it at Paris Perfume Week, and she saw some other brands, and I believe that she owns this one too. And it's just, yeah, I'm excited. But I just love when a brand sort of goes like balls to the wall with it. And this is just, it's gorgeous. You know, it's nutty, it's wheaty, it's sweet with this bit of vanilla. Like, it's just really, really gorgeous. So I'm excited to try more for them. I saw they had a discovery set and I should have got that. I'll get into that. Let's go with Granado. Granado, again, is a brand which I have really enjoyed discovering. Every time I mention Granado on TikTok or Instagram on the Reels, how old are you, Robin? On Reels, people go wild for this brand, and it has such a cult following, especially in Brazil. It's a Brazilian brand. This is Boemia. Boemia. Who knows? This gives me a sort of like 90s nostalgia. It reminds me of, it was a shower gel that my dad had, and I can't remember what the brand is, but it had this sort of like slight citrus, a little bit of spicy. There's a black pepper in this, there's lime, and there's leather, with this sort of like woody dry down that just makes me think of the 90s. It feels like a sort of like masculine, classic, sort of stripped back, but yeah, it's just giving me this sort of like real safety, and I absolutely love that. I love this on the skin too, because that lime I just think is a real lovely alternative to like a bergamot or a mandarin. It feels like it's got something slightly waxier, and feels like it has just like this slight sort of like sour dash of energy that jumps through it. But then with the leather woody dry down, it just feels really considered and set. I think when we had like the Patchouli Ink being more of like that sort of baller power fragrance, this feels like more like the weekend off-duty version of that sort of sports car top down. I love this. I think it's great. And yeah, there's so many. I've got some more Granado up there. I'm just really excited to get into them because I just think they wear really well. The projection on this is good, the longevity is great, and the price I also think is quite good. £135 for 75ml, so like not bad at all. Thank you very much. Tell me, I want to know, do you have a favorite from Granado? Because I'd love to try it. The final fragrance that I have been wearing, and this is one that I came back to a little bit more lem sip. Oh, I'll get there. Just a preventative lem sip sometimes is just needed. Yeah. When I did drink, I would have a little bit of whiskey and a bit of honey in this too, but this is just straight up lem sip, unfortunately. Final one is from Valentino. And I feel like this collection of 5 fragrances that I've mentioned this month are really like unsung heroes. The Montblanc I feel like needs more love. The Nuit Nomade, brand new to me. Granado, we'll be doing far more on them. And then Valentino, Anatomy of Dreams collection. Why aren't we talking about it more? This is an incredible collection. 7 fragrances, 8 fragrances. I reviewed them when they first came out and I did some work, full disclosure, with the team at Valentino on them. And I just thought they were incredible. I think maybe if you're maybe put off by the sort of like the colored juice or the very much Valentino studded lid, don't be, because these fragrances are beautiful. This is Sogno and Rosso, which is Dream in Red or Dreams in Red, but they all take inspiration from Rome. And this is about, I want to say, a theatre at night. There's a sort of spicy, I want to say peppery note with this sort of like milky accord, but it's really fucking good. This, I believe, certainly was their bestseller. I mean, for me, having so many fragrances, I've really nailed this one. It just, again, all of these fragrances feel like they are like main character energy. I hate saying that, and I feel like, ugh, who are you, Robin? But they are. They're like they're main characters. They're like, I know what I want. I know who I am. And Sogno and Rosso very much gives you that. There's juniper berries, there's petitgrain, there's this bourbon vanilla, there's sandalwood, there's ambergris. So it's got this just like real beautiful, quite decadent quality to it. I do think it's almost a shame that this is a sort of red. I think so many, again, let's not gender a fragrance, wear whatever you want, be whoever you want to be. We shouldn't need to say that, I'm saying it. But this kind of maybe just skews in terms of marketing more towards a certain type of person. And I think everyone is gonna love this. So seriously, check these out. The other really good ones, and I've got them up there. What other ones do I love? Something punk romantic is really gorgeous. Naughty Doro is a really nutty, gorgeous fragrance. We need to go back to them, but this is beautiful. A sort of, yeah, spicy, woody, milky gorgeousness, and just again another power player. Don't love the lid though, I'm sorry, but I think these fragrances are really, really gorgeous. And this price point is £295 for 100 mils, £105 for 30 mils. So again, quite expensive for your 30 mils, but for £295 for 100 mils, not bad at all. I think this lamb sip is kind of going to my head now, or I've been spraying too much because I've gone a bit like, woof. But there you go. That was my April. Already, my May is going to be very exciting. I've got things which I'm kind of waiting to go through. I'm a kind of like don't count your chickens until they hatch sort of guy, but there's some chickens with their heads and their beaks already poking out. So when they're out, I'll be able to tell you about it. But thank you very much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed watching this. If you have and you're not pressed subscribe yet, press subscribe. Press subscribe right now. Probably too late for me to be filming. That's why I've gone a bit like, but until my next new video, bye-bye.